campaigns for the federal election have conveniently ignored this very important issue. And we therefore have seen the significance of the new First National political party coming to the fore, and we wanted to provide a forum where they can express their views and political ideas and explain what they stand for. So tonight we have 3 speakers, and they'll speak for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. We have Glenn Moore, who's the president of the First Nations Political Party, and also the co-deputy chair of Deaths in Custody Watch Committee. And we have John Henry, who's an Aboriginal activist and respected leader in the Noongar community, and also the First Nations candidate for Hasla. And we have Mick Suter, who's a member of the Socialist Party in Perth, and a committee member for Deaths in Custody Watch Committee. And I'd just like to call on Dot, if you'd like to please do your country for us.
Okay, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and pay my respects to the elders both past and present. Kaya Wanju, Wanju Nija, Wayalap Puja. Hello and welcome here on Wayalap land.
Thanks.
I'm a Noongar, Nyamaji, Burmese, Irish, Welsh and German man who grew up in Perth. I say that because nearly every bloodline I descend from is the people, whether they be Burmese, whether they be Irish, whether they be German, whether they be Aboriginal, I come from of bloodlines of people who've been oppressed in the world, and I think that's maybe it's why I have the mentality I have about racism and what's not good about it, I suppose. You know what I mean? Like, because I say to some people, I'm the epitome of multiculturalism. Do you know what I mean? And you can imagine my children, like my wife is part. She's got a bit of Chinese, or she's got a bit of Noongar, a bit of white. You know, like. So it's I suppose what I want to talk about is I'm president of the Ecological Social Justice and Aboriginal Political Party, and our party has a strong focus on it's a broad issues party. It's not solely for trying to seek justice for Aboriginal people, but also also people in general, people who are suffering disadvantages, because of government legislation or government policy. And I'll read some of the things like to do with the party out, and then I'll just have a yarn, because I don't really want to read off a piece of paper. So some of the things our party stands for, these are just some of the objectives that we're trying to achieve by the formation of a party such as the Ecological Social Justice Aboriginal Party. That's the state name for the party. At a federal level, we've been identified as a First Nations party, but after this election, due to certain issues that are affecting like the NT branch and other state branches of our party, we will probably pull back and just represent the Ecological Social Justice and Aboriginal Party at the state elections. So some of the things we want to see changed in Australia are sovereign rights and ownership given back to Aboriginal people as a sovereign people of Australia, and have them recognised in the Australian Constitution, not only as a tokenistic gesture but also as a meaningful gesture that allows people not only to seek and secure native title, but to also secure land rights, like sovereign land rights for them being the original people. You know what I mean? Like my Aboriginality comes from the most southern western tip of WA, the Budjara country, and my grandfather was also from Shark Bay. That's Nyamal Nyamaji land. Now I never grew up in a traditional way, but I have spent time out on country, family's country, like in areas where my mum grew up, areas where my grandfather grew up, and I've walked around land where my grandparents, and my ancestors sort of lived and roamed. So that's something we want to see, the sovereign rights and ownership given back to Aboriginal people in this country. We want to be a voice for all people. Do you know what I mean? Who are suffering. You know, whether it's refugees, you know, coming here to seek asylum. We want to try and push for a Bill of Rights in Australia. So people, not only refugees who come here, because presently the only people who are